may be an effective combat tactic. Flight test. I might have the proper calibration. Oh, out my head. You want to be a phony like me? Subscribe, enable notifications, and check out my new Fallout Origins merch. Link in the description below.
Shadows over your face, and through these long nights, I've been longing for that embrace. On my mind, to get you in time. I wonder if you know your body's like a bomb, taking all the love, can't turn back time. If I could turn the glass, cause turning back the hands, wind it up this love, can't turn back time, can't turn back time.
Hello again, my fellow humans. I've managed to regain some of my weapons, including the Tesla gun. Oop, sorry about that. But we also have quite a few chance cubes here. We have a little trail of them leading us to a surprise at the end. So thank you very much for liking and doing whatever you're supposed to be doing right now. I have other things I'm supposed to be doing, such as reconstructing my power armor to be better than ever. So I've still been charging up my power armor, and it seems to be working just fine. Despite us, not having a nuclear chicken housed in here, it's still giving us power from somewhere, which means it must still be in a facility. But I've combed almost every inch of Orbital Industries, and I really do not know where it could happen to be. So maybe we'll find it later. I might have a few... Wait a second. I think I know exactly where it might be. Let's just put the armor on, just to give ourselves some radioactive protection. And let's head down here. Oh, excuse me. Aha! They are... Wait, they? What? That's new. Why is there so many of you? Huh. That was actually not something I expected very much. Okay, let's see what we can do about this. I guess I'm going to need to get some nets out, and I'm going to need to capture them and wrangle them back. But I don't know if the holding facility I made is exactly meant for that many nuclear chickens. They created a family down here. But, what must be done must be done. So let's get these things put away and make sure the facility is locked down from any nuclear radiation leaks, because although it doesn't hurt me, I've been having a lot of guests lately, and I wouldn't necessarily like to have them all be affected by radiation poisoning, even though it seems to be the case with some of them already, especially that, time traveling situation. But, it's perfectly fine aside from that. There we go. I'm sure nothing can go wrong with all of these nuclear chickens in one place. I should simply get power extremely quickly. I've even been able to multiply the amounts of outputs for that power just because there's going to be so much of it. I can charge my entire set of armor at once. As you can see, I was almost able to charge this glove up completely. And, probably don't want to be holding the rocket launcher so casually. Might accidentally fire something off, so let's be very careful about that. But we do have this armor, of course, all set up and ready to go. Oh, the wings are poking out for some reason. Interesting. Well, I need to get this all repaired up anyway. So I reset all of the armor so the functions were at a level that were much more understandable. So we can put that energy generation as high as possible while putting the movement speed increase at another higher amount as well. I can also move the sprint assist up to about 100%, and that'll offset the 50% deficit, increasing it to about a 50% movement rate. So that should be good. It does use up energy, but I believe the kinetic energy generator should create more than, let's see, this creates 8 per block. This uses up that per sprinting, so I don't know exactly what is going to work. Is there a compensation thing I can do here? Let's see, I don't know, but let's put that up to about 50 as well. That sounds like a good plan to me. I don't know exactly what all of these functions do. Ooh, and let's set the walking assist up to... Let's set that up to 7... No, let's set that up to 50. Then that should offset the regular, you know, movement capacity we have. That should be extremely easy. Let's see if we can move regularly now. Oh, no. Okay, bad. Things went bad again. Optical sensors failing. Okay, no more offset. No more sprint assist. This is not good. This is not what we want today. This is a little too much, you know, just a little too much. So, sprint assist, let's see if we can turn that off and turn off the compensation. Okay, now, nope, also nope. Well, okay, so I'm gonna need to tinker with this for a little bit. Calibration complete. I think I've figured out how to walk around with the increased speed to offset the kinetic generation, and also how to get an increased sprinting speed. Let's see how this works. Oh, that's not sprinting. This is. Okay. And this happens, and my optical sensors don't go wrong. Let's give this a quick test lap, shall we? Oh, this seems to be pretty much exactly the speed that I can handle. So I think we got that down. Now, I think we just need to do a little bit of a jump test. Oh. Well, the jump test is successful. I think that's a reasonable height to jump to. However, yeah, put it to 300% height, but that was far more than 300% of my jumping capacity. So, we're going to need to work on the boots now, so we can actually land safely. Shock absorption. How about all the way up? That sounds like a plan. Now we can give this another test, probably just in here. Let's hope it works. Oh, well, we didn't even jump that high that time. Aha! So the shock absorption is working perfectly. The boots should be almost done at this point. So on top of that, we can do the jet boots, but I was not a big fan of the jet boots. Let's just make this, let's just make it like this strong. Just a little bit. And let's test it out. And... okay, so that just slows our fall a tiny little bit. Or... well, not entirely sure what it does, but it should be beneficial. Now, I also want to put the energy shielding up to its maximum capacity to protect myself, because I'm starting to run out of units. You know, as we looked down there before, it's a very large chunk of them that have been used up. So let's make sure all of these have a maximum field strength. Now that will use a larger amount of our power, but with the nuclear chickens we should be able to generate that power much faster now, and pretty soon we'll be able to fully charge up this armor. On top of the upgrades, I can also make some visual upgrades. So, we should very much consider... well, first let's get this glider all sorted out. Because we got the glider and the parachute all set up now. So, I don't think there's any real functions we need to do, so those will be purely visual. Alright, let's give it a nice little test here. So, looking at this, if we are going to work on the suit as is, I've been working on the aesthetics of this power armor, and I think it's looking pretty good. As you can see, I've freed up my arms so I have more range and mobility, but I still have the protection in all of my critical areas. We also changed the crystal to a green to represent the nuclear energy powering it, and we gave it a almost periwinkle paint job. Now, we could give it a separate paint job. I'm going to need some advice from the humans to see what is visually pleasing, but we are going to continue from here on. So as you can see, we have all of these different options for the color bases. These are just the different things we have set up currently, but we can also set up the shoulder and arm things to have all different kinds of upgrades. Now, we wouldn't want them to be in that exactly, but we can even go for this heavy armored suit, as we were talking, which can have a base and even a light coming out on it from, oh, just a tiny little light right there. But we're not going to work on that because I like the range of mobility. And this should mean I should be able to hold my weapons a whole lot more efficiently. And this would be able to, you know, throw on the arms for different bits and reasons, but we don't necessarily need all of that. Let's just get back to tinkering with the armor and what it can do for a moment. So I've boosted up some of the energy generation and I've added some cooling to it. Not too much. I think for the jetpack we're going to give it a test at just a little bit of thrust, because otherwise You know, we can bump that up to 50. That's fine. Otherwise, we're just not ever going to want to use it if it's as strong as the one was last time. And we should put the energy shield up as well. Finally on the helmet, energy shield up. And I believe the auto feeder, well, let's put it at maximum efficiency. It's not like it uses much energy. We have that set up. We have the compass, we have that, and, well, I don't know what this does, but let's just set that for right there for now. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Solar generators are at peak capacity, and I think we should be good to... Oh, well, the flying certainly works. Let's just turn down the flying just a little bit. Just the smallest amount. It's at, what, 50 right now? I think the 30 we originally had is actually the right amount. So, let's go for a flight test. Ooh. So the sprinting seems to work nice. Let's see. Ooh. The arms seem to have the range of mobility I'm looking for. I don't know if the color palette matches up perfectly. Now I could have it try to match the vault suit, or I could go for a different color entirely, such as a darker color scheme, or even possibly a golden color scheme. Ooh, and there's a bit of glow to it as well. I do kind of like that. But let's give this flight a test. Ah, that was just the jump. So, our current flight does not offset the amount of weight the suit has. Okay, so the flight would take a lot more to mess with. But we have a pretty effective means of travel, considering both the, leaping, the running, and of course the gliding. And I believe to glide, yes, we can fall down much slower. Well, this is more likely the parachuting function. So things are pretty good to go. I like the little nuclear power crystal in the middle, but we could always just change the color of that. I mean, nuclear power doesn't have to be green. We could always change the color. If we put some dye chickens in there with the nuclear chickens, then maybe that would be exactly what we're looking for. What do you chickens think? Okay, good. You're all still alive. And you haven't escaped. And so maybe drawing all the nuclear power from them isn't the best for them. Okay, time for more testing. Oh, look, we finally got that manure shipment. Yep. That'll do it. That'll do it. As you can see, I'm trying out what a light gold tint looks like, but I'm not sure if I like this one either. It's hard to find the right match, but I'm sure you guys will know better than I can. Anyway, flight test. I might have the proper calibration. Oh, out my head. And now... this is working, and the boots are letting me hover at a reasonable rate. Actually, this is working just fine. Going down seems to be the problem, though. Oh, that'll do it. Okay, so if I'm just not activating my jetpack when I go forward, the boots will not overcompensate. But I can obviously slow my descent, and I can fly. And I can raise my height. And the initial leap off is at a very high speed because of our jump boosting. One more attempt. Let's fly to the top of Orbital Industries. Oh, that was a bad test. We didn't get a good jump. Actually, no, this is okay. Oh, when we're going straight up, that is a much better test. Hold on. Just got to get over to here. Excellent. Now, I also want to see if it looks any better if we are using the jetpack. I guess we can just kind of go over here. And occasionally it seems I will float a little bit. But that's perfectly fine by me. Oh, that is not the right room. I was a little too high up. Let us go here and see what this looks like with the jetpack engaged. Of course, the jetpack isn't necessary to engage for it to be functional, but I still kind of want to try it out. So the jetpack, let's, I guess that's a horrible color. There is not a lot of good colors. You know what? We're just going to keep it blue for now. The lights can be green. There we go. Oh, well, that is, looks like an ancient hero I heard of known as Buzz Lightyear or something along those lines. So we're going to need to recolor this thing, but let's see if it has a beautiful look to it as I go up. Not entirely. Not really necessary at all. It seems that, yeah, we can just hide the jetpack and let the boots do most of the work. I think that's perfectly fine by me. I wonder what it would be like if we used double jetpacks. Perhaps later on. Kind of like the floating, but I kind of dislike it at the same time. Ooh, and we've also charged up the Ooh, actually, keep shooting at me. I'd like to test the armor. There we go. It seems to be working. Seems to be working just fine. Is there anything else out here? How about you all help me test this armor? Go on. Good. Now the arrows are certainly sticking into the armor, but it's protecting me almost completely. Go on. Just break through that force field. It's perfectly fine. Really? You're fighting each other now? You're fighting each other. Stop it! Yep. This armor is quite effective. So, I have myself some new armor. It's fully calibrated. I have my weapons up and running. And I have arrows still piercing into my body. I mean, chance cubes. Lots of chance cubes. In fact, you've left over 1,200 likes. And since this is episode 20, that means you get 12 chance cubes. So we're going to open these up, and at the end of the road, there's something special. Which, let's be honest, I think we can all guess what it is. Ooh, we should use the power glove to test that. Ah, we didn't increase the breaking power of the glove. Well, that can be done very soon. For now. Well, let's just get ourselves a doctor. Why are these taking so long to break? I guess I really need to work on the gloves. Oh, look at that. Don't you blow up. You know what? Armor test. It even shot me into the air a little more. But I did not take much damage at all. So that's a beneficial thing. And I was able to recover it very quickly. We have ourselves some books. What else do we have? Looks like the proper calibration of this armor is exactly what I needed. Ooh. Some rare minerals known as diamonds. Over here, we have a snowman. Ooh, we see a glimpse of the final block in this trail. You guys have given us quite a lot. That's a lot of water. Where are these things at? Ooh, I want to test out the water breathing apparatus inside of this. Well, first I may need to deal with any... Oh, well, I seem to have just given myself a water bubble of some sort. Where am I being shot at from? Somewhere over there? I suppose so. And once the water runs out, power creates a new bubble for me. Very good. So, there's far fewer ways for me to, lose a unit now. Are you serious? I can't shoot quite at that range. I kind of want to make one of these guns. Oh, I could shoot at that range. I want to make one of these guns that can fire at longer range. I think that would be very effective. Maybe that can be a job for the next time. Wow. This armor's really doing its stuff. Even with the arms taken off, I still have just as much mobility. Well, I have even more mobility and even more protection, considering the... Well, there goes all of my experience points. That is unfortunate. But it's okay. It's perfectly okay. Come on, guys. Try to break through the force field. Oh, looks like they can over time. That may be an effective combat tactic. Since my force field can take a whole lot more damage than their physical bodies can. That may be something we have to try. What just happened? Oh, well, I can kind of hover, so it's not that big of a deal, whatever just happened. This armor has made me powerful. Nearly indestructible, might I add. But then again, that's nearly. What's a pig gonna do to... Oh. Oh yeah, pig? Well, do you like bullets? I could shoot you with some lightning. Yeah, that's right. How about the power glove? Oh. Oh my. Let's just leave you be, because you just became wildly more threatening. And I will break this block. Oh. 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 It's a, let's just fly up here, because it is going to be spitting TNT out for quite a while. I may need to get myself a new area to open up these chance cubes. If you have any ideas, let me know. But aside from that, I guess I'll just fly home. Yeah.